Well, there you are again. Charlie Greer podcast. I do this every day. Today, and my lighting's all messed up. We're doing the Delphi murder. Mistakes, they made a few. Mistakes, I've made a few. Can we count? Should we just count the start at the beginning of start at the beginning. Oh, and pray for Abby and Libby, their families. Pray for law enforcement. Um, yeah. So mistakes. Let's just say, let's just start at the beginning, like calling off the search. Well, it's dangerous and dark, but yeah, that you're law enforcement. Uh, people were out there. Did another mistake? Did you get a list of people who searched? Did you have people stationed around, like going? I gotta get some names. Get some. Wasn't that what you do? So mistake number, calling off the search. I think that's a mistake. You know. Yeah, it's dangerous. It's out in the what? But oh man, I don't know. Suspicious. Two, calling off the bloodhounds. Big mistake. By then, wasn't there FBI and stuff around? And wasn't it the sheriff that like said, "Oh no, just get." What's let's go? Whoa, 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 bro! Yeah, I feel you, but we could because this is why you need bloodhounds. They could tell you where he went, or at least kind of, sort of. You'd get a you kind of would know what was going on. Man, my lighting, this is horrible. Sorry, my lighting is. Yeah, calling off the bloodhounds. Who does that? Well, dang. He's a sheriff. He would know that it's like, well, we would know at least a path back and forth. What? See? That's suspicious too. To call off the. What if the bloodhound just walked you right to the dude that could he been searching? That would have been bam, over with. I don't get it. Major mistakes. Three, I'm not gonna count all the mistakes, but for 2 years they were on to somebody. They say for 2 years they were on the wrong track or in the wrong gear. I should say because they shifted gears. I mean, how can you talk to the public after you've done all the and just kind of be again? This is one thing I can't understand about the case is just arrogance from obviously people that have don't. I mean, again, I'm not trying to point a finger, but man, they're not the they're a few trees shy of a forest kind of thing. Like, no, it was, yeah, I made that so, and I'm still in charge. Come on. Ignorance of the law is not shit. Who could you rely on if somebody's that dipshitted fucking asshole? Come on, it pisses me off. Well, we called off the search. We called off the bloodhound. What did you do right? Are you still doing these same mistakes? Well, we're just kind of that suspicion. You understand people, I'm not saying they are, that's my humble opinion. But when people are doing like nefarious kind of sneaky stuff, they'll play dumb, man. See, I lost it. I made a mistake. Again, wasn't there someone advising the sheriff and all these people? Because I've seen the footage of the day, even before they found the girls. Like there was a ton of people and experts and FBI and this and that. Or are they all like in a secret group? Like you think, like what secret group? Look into it. Everybody's something to get somewhere nowadays. They brag about. Look at their license plates. They have these. Come on, man. I'm not going to mention because I'm getting doxxed. Again, I said this. YouTube has a bottom, and I'm in the basement. The YouTube bottom has a couple basements because they're doxing me, and I don't even know why. Like they're shaving off views, shaving off my subscribers. I don't even have any. Nobody's watching what I'm doing. It's like YouTubes are doing like the same mistakes that these. Is it everywhere? Is this how the world is now? Just dang. What is up with my lighting? See, in my I don't even get it. I don't know. Mistakes, they made a few. Mistakes, they made a few. Are they still making these mistakes? Major mistakes. Like maybe, okay, you maybe expect a little, but not like I'll always go back to that presser, the 2019 presser, where they're like, well, see, it's weird how they kind of emotionally dumped and nanny boo-booed everybody at the family, could pray for the families and the kids. But didn't really say much. I mean, they did. Again, this is not, he might be in the room. He's local. How do you know he's wouldn't somebody he's in the room or maybe in the room? He's local. You know, people are sitting there going, why don't you just grab him? You know, I think people know. I think a lot of people know. They're just too scared to come forward. And if they did come forward, would something happen to them, perhaps? I mean, I don't know. So mistake. It seems like all they're good at is making mistakes. Come on, have they done any a break in the case? No, nuh-uh. A lot of busy work. There's probably mistakes that we don't even know about. They're just like, oh, we got to bury that. We got to, because they were searching every kind of house. Weren't they doing like a lot of searches, like search warrants? See, what did they find? We know a lot about you, and one day you want to know what we know. Well, one day you will. Well, what, huh? Can't you give us a clue? Are they giving clues that we just don't get? Like the shack. Like, why did he mention that? He looks in distress. Doug Carter looks like he hadn't had time to digest what he's saying. Like it was given to him right before he walked out there. Maybe that's something you would do. Like, say you've got a presser. Okay, here you go, Doug. This is what you're going to read. And the FBI, whoever was in charge of that. And then they're like, well, before you go on, now we shifted gears. Here's a page you got to read. And he's like, what in the? He looks distressed. He's all, oh, shit. And then he says something like, when I'll be thinking about this to my dying day. Doesn't that kind of sense that he ain't going to solve it? If it's solvable, he'd be like, yeah, it's one of my great achievements. But if he said that, that means like it's a regret that he, is his hands tied? Is he literally dealing with like Barney Fives? Like, dang, we made another mistake. I mean, I know they're not, again, pray for law enforcement. I mean, it's my humble opinion. But wouldn't you think that they, again, I don't know how law enforcement kind of works as far as like, if you're making mistakes, if there's corruption, can't somebody come in there? Is that what this Indiana State Police are supposed to do? Is that why Doug Carter is there? Also, if someone's missing, like kids are missing, even they're underage, that age, like 13 and 14, don't they, something suspicious about how the attention, like the FBI were there, oh, we just happened to be in the neighborhood, huh? Were they on to something? Again, is there something else going on? Is there like again, they said it's the biggest sting operation in Indiana history. Is there something? I mean, it has to be. They said it was. But you just can't, a major mistake, I think, probably one of the biggest, is saying he was in the room and then not talking about it again and being passive aggressive, like, oh, I got to talk, huh? You're going to dangle that carrot in front of everybody and be like, no, see, and it's been, what, 3 years? Going on 4 since I did that? Isn't that the last presser? That's another mistake, not doing pressers. You should be doing it every year, every 6 months, something. So at this presser, the 2019 presser, they knew about the Anthony Shots account. They've known about this since, what, 12 days after the murder or something? Didn't they raid KK and TK? I mean, come on. And I guess what they were onto at the beginning, was that Ron Logan? Did they put all their eggs in one basket? Like, Ron Logan, he's doing it. And I kind of get it. It was found on his land. His phone pinged around that area. He came up with an alibi. He lied about an alibi. There's some shady shit. Could it be, though, he was drinking and driving? He wasn't supposed to drive. Is that it? He's like, I don't want to go back to jail. There's just so many strange things. And this is what you would do. if you were covering stuff up, you make it look like mistakes. Oh, dang, I see you got that. But you can only do that so much before people are going, look, if you can't do it, then we need somebody else to come on. It's like if you ask somebody to mop a floor and they're, I can't do it. You're not going to keep on having them mop the floor, and this is some serious stuff. The eyes of the world are on these people, and I don't get this arrogance. Like they know, like, well, see, I'm so-and-so, and I ain't never gonna get me. Nope. I have a feeling something that was, it wasn't the sheriff, a suspect in the beginning. Were they trying to get a reaction? If you watch that presser, watch the sheriff's face. He gets ready cheeked, and he's just everybody's doing strange things. Maybe he didn't feeling that well that day. I don't know. But we can't be like ostriches and put our head in the sand and be like, no, I didn't see any. That's what they're wanting us to. Well, we're being. What other mistakes? It frustrates. I can't even think. Comment below if you what. I might have forgot the mistake. There's so many of them. I mean, it's just like a game of Scrabble or something. It's there's one, that one. Was the DA who resigned, whatever his Robert Ives, whatever, saying that, everybody there, like, dude, 48, 72 hours, we got this. What happened? What did they do? Obviously, it was a mistake. And he resigned after what? I mean, and they said all this stuff about staging and people. I mean, this happened on a trail, like in a park, a trail system kind of thing. And when you're out there, I don't care what you said, dude, you could hear, I mean, again, the rushing creek or whatever river, whatever's going through there. When you've heard somebody, and didn't the flannel shirt guy tell somebody like, oh yeah, they're arguing down there. Was that argument part of the murder, the crime? Have they, man, I don't know. Mistakes. They made a few. So by 2019, be patient with us, this, that, and the other. Patience. 2 years, and you're asking, and then nothing. And then when they released the Anthony shot stuff, again, that's when I found out about this case with Anthony. I'm amateur hour as far as like, I just started my YouTube channel like 5 months ago. I usually don't focus on true crime. I talk about everything. There's other people that are better than me. Believe me, they're find them, support them. And again, pray for Abby and Libby and their families and their loved ones, and pray for law enforcement. It's just that we're going to point the finger because you guys, when somebody makes a mistake, don't you have to watch? Then you want to watch them. I've managed, but I've hired and fired. When you have an employee, if somebody makes, hey, you got to shadow them so they don't do any other mistakes. That's all they've done, it seems like. What else have they done besides make mistakes? Have they anything? Have they done it? There's just so much crazy shit. The guy with his truck and he lost his keys in the woods searching, and then, oh my God, and then there's a car at the CBS building, and then oh shit. He's old. He's young. Blur your eyes, put it together. Maybe you'll see. Come on. This is a parlor game, man. They're using low-hanging fruit as far as like they're manipulating us. We're being manipulated. Bottom line, that's it. I understand you have to hold stuff back, but like even with the Flora fire, the same county, those Flora fire, 4 girls, pray for them too, and their families. They sued to keep the 911 call from what's on that 911 call. That's the first thing you release. 911. How may I help? I mean, that's just when they'll show it on TV. Why is this so? Didn't they have to sue themselves? Like the city, is it split? Is that what's going on? Is there's part of people like, hey, we want to get this done. The other people like, no, see, I got this. I'm confident I'm going to make more mistakes. That's what I mean. They're confident in their inability to, I don't get it. There's no humility with these characters. You know, just, yeah, I got to go. I'm off to make another mistake. I mean, what? And just the silence, like there seems like some kind of hush whispered in this town, like, oh, is there something else going on? Obviously there is, because they're doing some kind of huge deep dive on this investigation that popped off. But another mistake, I think, was when they released Anthony shots. They had another dude in one of those police hats that some dude who another. Why wouldn't Doug? Why do they need another who obviously is not good at releasing information? He's just kind of, I've never done this before. Here we got all this stuff. Is it me? Am I the dipshit asshole that is and excuse my French, but it's like, damn, this case frustrates me. I grew up in small town America. I basically grew up in a small town in Tennessee, about the same size. You know everything. You can't do, you think that you're, oh, let's go on the back roads and there's this old dirt road we'll park in the bushes. You can't see us from the road. People will know. They'll walk up on, hey, what y'all doing back here? I saw y'all from over. It's, you know what I'm saying? They know whose car, everybody, not, you might not know everything about everybody, but the consensus, when you get these people together, they'll know, they put it all, come on, you can't do anything without people knowing. What, is there a criminal mastermind? They say he's local. He could be in the room. Is he such a criminal mastermind that he just is pulling all the strings and I can, I guess, gallivant around, be in the same room? Wouldn't you want to even risk your career or do something, even if you, come on. I know you don't want mob rule. You don't want to accuse people that are, because this is the thing, the first 2 years, they were on to the wrong suspect. Is this, now we're supposed to trust them on this suspect who may be in the room? You know where I'm getting at here? It's like incompetence rules this case. I've never seen another case where usually there's like, hey, dedicated law enforcement, this, that, the other. And what about the FBI agent who was, he had to resign because he was involved in some other nefarious shit or covering up what hot shit? Who's the new FBI guy? Are they even letting him like, see? Oh no, we showed the other FBI guy. You don't need to see. Well, he's down here. I'm the new, well, that's not, what's going on? Where are the people talking from that town? What about the people on the trail? How many people were on that trail? Again, you don't want to release the list, but you want to be able to be like, hey, okay, there's so many. What is it, any of them? Are they? See, I think again, my first Delphi murder podcast video I did, I said that this case won't ever be solved, and I kind of went back and forth, and then it's just now after this new information that was released, and they got metal detected. Is that a training video? And it coincided with pulling a guy, arresting a guy on a year-old DUI warrant. That seems like they're just like, okay, no, see, it's an election year, so we got our budget. That's another suspicious thing. Like that quarter's coming up, the end of the year, quarterly. You have to spend the money that you had or overspent whatever to get more money. It's all about money. Is that what they're doing? Just to make it look so they can get more money the next year? And what about that? I don't know, all this property value stuff's going up, but the land was cheap and now it's all expensive. And I don't get it. Maybe they're covering for mistakes. Law enforcement will cover for their mistakes. That's a thing that goes back as old, and there hasn't been, I don't know, man. What gear were they in when they shifted? Obviously, they went into reverse because didn't they say, like, give us time, we have to start all up. So whatever gear you're in, you had to go in reverse. Here we are. And then When are you going to hit overdrive? Or come on. And I watched the movie The Shack. What is that? I know that movie's real. I mean, there's a movie called The Shack, but why? What the? Isn't mistakes, inadmissible evidence? I think that's what is this case. It's really put a spotlight on some of these people's IQs. You know, they don't have any foresight. You're in law enforcement, and you know that one thing, action, reaction. You just did not call off the search, call off the guard, the hound dogs or whatever it was, the bloodhound, and they were. Why would you want the blood? Because you could take them there, let them smell something, and then see where that leads. When there's somebody around to tell the sheriff, like, hey, man, I get it. We've already, but there's different whatnot. And how long did it take them to convince him he made the mistake? Like, no, people like that. Their word is up law, and they don't make it, even if they just, I don't get that. Then you would trust them to, I guess, make more mistakes. And then nothing. We better shut up because they might not know the mistakes we made. How many more mistakes have they made since 2019? That presser, because that presser was not right. That presser was, you just don't do that to people. You don't dump to families and stuff like that. And he's in the room, and you know what that would scare somebody? A double murder of innocent underage kids, and then he might be. Is there anybody investigating them? Is there like an oversight committee that could be like, hey, we need to look at that. There's something going on. I don't know. Because if it is the biggest investigation in Indiana history, they need better investigation. They need people. They need somebody to come in and be like, look, again, have another presser and just speak in generalities. Like, yep, that's right. Okay, can't say much. Bye. Do that every 6 months. Give people a little bit of, come here. My dogs. They love to make noise when I'm on. Yeah, she just sit there. Yeah. But anyway, there's something about this case. Again, I talk about everything on my podcast, but this case, and maybe it is the reason I'm talking about mistakes, inadmissible evidence, lack of an IQ. Are we dealing with like people with average IQs here? Like, just it seems like I can't put my finger on this arrogance that I'm seeing. Most people that are arrogant have done something. They're gloating about something. These individuals are kind of just like gloating about not getting things done, making mistakes. Kind of like, you're never going to find out what see. Are they all in a group? Is there secrets that people don't want to know? Did they, again, man, everything goes off with me with these people. Everything, my gaydar, it's, you name it. It's just like, who are these mistake-making, low IQ? Maybe I'm wrong. Again, pray for law enforcement. I mean, I know, but don't you know, reaction, you do these things, you're going to have to deal with basically verbal, not abuse, but you're going to have the public going, hey, explain this to, no, under the guise that we can't because it would hurt the kid. Come on. That area, what's going on with that county? Why would they sue to not release a 911 call in the Flora fires I'm talking about? What is on that 911 call? It's a 911 call, like 911, how may I help you? Huh? Are they just so dumb that they actually chattered on I don't know. Why would you? seal a 911 call when it's public record. Anywhere else, that'd be like the first thing they'd have on the news. Here's the 911 call. Remember a few months ago when that the dude escaped from jail with one of the guards, and they took off on the road for about a week or two, and a 911 call was on. They were playing it an hour later. You know, they basically were playing almost live on TV, that 911 call. And it's the same cast of characters. Most of these people in the floor in the Delphi, it's not that big of a town, county, whatever. Small towns, there are corruption, meaning not even like crimes, but like nepotism, favoritism, cronyism. You know, my daddy was sheriff, now I'm sheriff, or I've known my friend, we're this, that, and that. You had 40 years, you won't be able to break through that. You know, they don't think they're doing anything wrong. You just can't get through the wall of bullshit mistakes. I wish I could go through life doing this. Yeah, see, I made a mistake. I got no, but I'm going to keep on. Trust me, because I'm going to, of course, make more mistakes. But I think that's why they stopped that 29 presser. I think that they shifted gears again. There's no telling how many gears. Is there transmission out from shifting gear? Shit. Are they just like leaking transmission fluid all over the place? Is their clutch out? I mean, it's just all messed up. I have a feeling that's why they're not talking anymore. Because they, like at that presser, the 2019 presser, they knew about the Anthony shots. Didn't release that to win. Like, oh man. 2021 was it when they released that? So finally they released that. What, like 4 years after they knew about it? They're finally getting around to, well, say can't somebody put some pressure? And now the mayor is now the assistant DA. What? Who? What? Does this? If this was a movie, you wouldn't believe it. Like, oh no, your suspension of disbelief. You're like, oh, this is some bullshit. No. I know, it's a strange, mysterious world. You know, I mean, mistakes. So you would do stuff like, let's get in the river with metal detectors, and then we'll see. We're gonna need to spend this much for a budget, and we want more money for the next year. Again, I'm just speculating. I don't know. Just asking questions. A frustrated citizen of the United States just like don't want a law enforcement agency that's going to tell people, hey, you know what? We made a mistake. So we're shifting gears, and he might be in the room here. Perhaps. What? Are you going to trust someone after that? And then no. So let's take their word. If you know he's in the room or close by, he's walking around, and they're probably, well, we can't arrest him. Like, come on, can't you do something? Tag it. I don't know. Wouldn't the public want to know? How many people are out there? How many people were in the room? Wouldn't you kind of just like make who is he? Is he? Or have they? They know, but they just like, I ain't going to say, hell, he killed him. This case insults everyone's intelligence. We're human beings. We want the truth. We know when people are lying to us. We can feel it. No, just, you know, go about your day. Better not bump into that dude, though. I mean, he's testy. I mean, and then didn't the sheriff say, oh, when they find out it's somebody that's it'll shock everybody. Well, who is that? Who, what, where? I don't know. I can pray for the families, man. Justice. Let today be the day. What's the world coming to? Is this just how the world is? Once people get in power, don't matter what they do. What major mistakes, man. I get it. People are people, human error, this, that, and the other. You call people in. You know, you talk about, hey, you know what I mean? I'm human. I've never dealt with anything like this. You make mistakes. You don't go, well, see, no, now I've got to just, I'll keep on making those mistakes. And eventually I might get lucky and quit making mistakes and we'll solve that. I don't get it. They're asking so much of that community there and emotionally dumping on them. I don't know. Couldn't you bring like a special prosecutor in? Where's the House representative guy from Indiana, a senator, a congressman, something? Don't they see that this is, I mean, every camera in the world is spotlighted and it's been almost 6 years and nobody, it's just not, that tells me that this opened up another can of worms, this investigation. And then is it, everybody will lose their job if they find out what just for mistakes. Nobody doing any conspiracy. You don't need a conspiracy when you've got people making mistakes or those mistakes covered up to make it look like we don't want to, I don't get it. Again, pray for law enforcement. Didn't Doug Carter say you got a little bit of conscience left? Who is he? What, huh? What about their conscience? I mean, who wrote that? Who's the person that said he might be in the room? See, that's what I'm saying. It's like the Wizard of Oz, the guy behind don't look behind the drape. Shouldn't we be able to know? Shouldn't there be like, and is the person that wrote that kind of, is he or she or whoever still involved or they got, I don't know. Again, I don't, this ain't going to trial. If they do find someone, pardon me, it's going to be a plea deal. I guarantee. If that, I hope they're on something. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that wasn't a training video. I hope they did take out the dude, arrest him for that DUI to get some information. Took the dude out of jail for a day, and I don't know. There's just so much weird stuff. And again, all this is speculation. Because guess what? They're not telling us anything. And we're focusing on mistakes they made. So was it their first suspect? Was that Ron Logan? Is that what they spent 2 years on? Is that what they threw the book at him and like threw him in jail? And then they switched gears to someone who might be in the room. And then they, I guess, switched another gear when the Anthony shots. They need to do a presser. They need someone to come out and be like, hey, we're sorry we made these mistakes. We're still on out. That's the bumps in the road, but we got nothing. YouTubers are doing more and releasing more than, I don't know. Comment below. Is there another case? I mean, shit. I'm sorry. I'm cursing, but again, pray for the kids. Let today be the day. Pray for the families. Pray for law enforcement. Pray for that sorry son of a bitch that might be in the room. Maybe he'll get his conscience. But I love y'all. I do this every day. I rant like a madman. Not necessarily about the Delphi murders, but you never know. I love y'all. See you tomorrow. Be blessed. Cheers.